attorneys are pushing to delay the trial of the man charged with driving through a Waukesha Christmas parade, why it might not happen until next year.
In the wake of that tragedy, lawmakers are working to change Wisconsin's bail laws, why some are trying to stop the process.
Plus, excessive drinking continues to be a problem in Wisconsin. What's being done to change the drinking culture for our community?
And the Oscars moment that is still making headlines, why some say Will Smith's apology came a little too late. You're watching News 3 now at 5.
But first, topping today's news, Madison police are looking for a man who is believed to have set his cabin at the city's home encampment on fire.
The fire department was called to the Dairy Drive encampment shortly after 1 o'clock this afternoon. The site is directly across the street from fire station number 14. Firefighters found heavy black smoke coming from a cabin, which is a total loss. Authorities were able to identify the suspect, who is a resident at the encampment, thanks to security cameras at the site. A court hearing was held today for the man charged with driving his SUV through a Waukesha Christmas parade.
The trial is set for October, but Darrell Brooks' attorneys are looking to push that until next year, considering the volume of evidence they have to review. They say it'll also be difficult to find impartial jurors, and they've requested they be chosen from a different county. Instead, the Waukesha County DA is proposing a jury questionnaire. Brooks charged with killing 6 people, injuring dozens others, and days before the incident, Brooks had been released from jail on a $1,000 bail bond after running over the mother of his child with his car. And that tragedy sparking a potential change. In opposition to that change, we saw and heard the pushback in the halls of the Capitol today.
Members of an organization went door to door calling on lawmakers to not move ahead with a constitutional bail amendment. Will Keneally checked in on their efforts and joins us with the latest. Will?
That's right. The resolution is the first in a 3-step process to amend the state's constitution to allow judges to consider past convictions when setting bail. Ex-incarcerated people, or EXPO, wants to stop that process before it gets that far. There is a sense of urgency at the Capitol, as EXPO pushed lawmakers to reject a constitutional amendment, AJR 107.
We just want to know why. Why is it that they thought that that was a good thing to support?
The resolution has already passed the legislature once. If it does so again, it then heads to the voters for a referendum. Representative Jody Emerson says this could happen as early as next April.
When we are changing our Constitution, it's a serious thing.
This all happening within a matter of months after the Waukesha parade tragedy.
But I think that some people, some of my colleagues, are taking advantage of a very public, very horrific crime that happened a few months ago.
Republicans, though, see it as an imperative. Senator Van Wangard sat down with Naomi Coles earlier this year.
Judges will not only have the ability, they'll have the responsibility and the accountability to look at those things.
Though the legislature is largely gone for the year, criminal justice will play a significant role on the 2022 campaign trail. EXPO says it will keep that pressure on.
This petition asks the next governor of the state of Wisconsin, whoever that may be, and we don't care, to use their executive authority to grant voting rights to people on felony supervision in the state of Wisconsin.
Governor Evers has brought back the pardon in Wisconsin, which can restore some voting rights. His predecessor, Scott Walker, did not use his pardon power. Evers' Republican challengers have not said publicly where they stand on the pardon or on using executive authority to restore voting rights to felons out under supervision.
Well, thank you. There won't be much sun for southern Wisconsin in the days ahead. Chief Meteorologist Gary Canalti is on the weather patio. Gary?
Well, we got some precipitation heading our way, mainly in the form of rain over the next 24 hours, but later on that could change to snow. Now you can see on visible cloud track the clouds streaming in from the south and west ahead of the storm system. Not a lot of precipitation out there yet. Maybe a couple of flurries over southeastern Wisconsin, but right now we're waiting for the precipitation to start breaking out over southern Wisconsin. That will probably happen over the next few hours. Low temperatures this morning were in the middle 20s. A few places were around freezing over southwestern Wisconsin where the clouds got in a little bit earlier. High temperatures so far today have been around 40 degrees, give or take a couple of degrees either way. And these temperatures only fall a couple more degrees. We're at 38 right now in Madison, but you can see temperatures already in the lower 40s over southwestern Wisconsin. And winds are gusting in 25 to 35 miles per hour out of the southeast. And that's what will start the temperatures warming up later on tonight with showers, perhaps even a few thunderstorms developing overnight into tomorrow. Tomorrow's high temperature, 58 degrees, but by late tomorrow night, it'd be cold enough for some snow. I'll tell you if we can expect any accumulations in just a few minutes.
All right, Gary, thank you. The U.S. Food and Drug Administration expanding emergency use authorization for all adults over 50 to get another booster shot. That means for both the Pfizer and Moderna vaccines, a second booster can be given 4 months after the first. A second booster shot was previously only allowed for those over the age of 12 who had severe immune deficiencies. The CDC is not expected to officially recommend a second booster shot, but instead okay the shots to be given to those who want them. The House Select Committee investigating the January 6th Capitol riots is now looking into a nearly 8-hour gap in former President Trump's phone records that day.
Much of the gap occurred during the attack on the Capitol. The committee is looking into whether the former president used phones belonging to his aides or a so-called burner phone that day. Trump responded in a statement saying, quote, "I have no idea what a burner phone is." Thursday, the committee will hear testimony from the former president's aide and son-in-law, Jared Kushner. President Biden hosted a call with leaders of France, Germany, Italy, and the UK today to talk about the war in Ukraine.
The call came as Russian and Ukrainian leaders met face-to-face to attempt more peace talks. Deborah Alfarone has the details.
A Russian attack left a gaping hole in a Ukrainian government building in the port city of Mykolaiv Tuesday. Authorities said the explosion killed at least 7 people and injured many more, all of them civilians. The violence comes as negotiators from Ukraine and Russia met in Turkey to discuss a ceasefire. A Russian defense minister said Russia would sharply reduce military activity near Kyiv and another key Ukrainian city to increase mutual trust. But U.S. Secretary of State Antony Blinken expressed doubt about Russia's intentions.
There is what Russia says, and there's what Russia does. We're focused on the latter.
President Biden held a call with several leaders of European allies on Tuesday. The president said they agreed to see whether Russia is sincere or if they're trying to buy time to launch a new military effort. The president also met with Singapore's prime minister at the White House, calling Russia a threat to not only Europe, but Asia as well.
It's an attack on the core international principles that underpin peace and security and prosperity everywhere, including in the Indo-Pacific.
Ukrainian forces have been able to claw back some territory from the Russians, but Ukraine's president warns the war is not over. Deborah Alfarone, CBS News, the White House.
More than a month into the war now, the UN says more than 1,000 civilians in Ukraine have been killed. Nearly 4 million refugees have fled. Records obtained by News 3 Now reveal more insight into the firing of a Dane County deputy. Deputy Sarah Borch Rodriguez said on October 21st she saw a suspicious person while on patrol at Fesky County Park near Cross Plains. She said she fired her weapon after being stabbed. It led to area lockdowns and an all-night search, but the investigation turned up inconsistencies in her story. Records revealed after a bad work review, she took an unknown substance. When it took effect, she says she fired her weapon, and the cuts she suffered apparently were made by her own box cutter. The investigation determined she had committed several code of conduct violations. The 30-year-old had been with the Dane County Sheriff's Office for more than 7 years.
The spring election is just 1 week away, and officials in Boscobel say corrected ballots are on their way to voters after election workers noticed a misprint on absentee ballots. In a Facebook post, District Administrator Misty Mulzoff said District 2 alderperson Stephanie Brown's name was mistakenly printed on the District 3 race, and District 3 alderperson Chrissy Whitaker Schneider's name was printed on the District 2 race. Mulzoff confirmed with News 3 Now that 32 voters in the district received the misprinted ballots, and they were contacted and mailed the correct ones.
A sobering reality. A rise in excessive drinking in Wisconsin, increasing during the pandemic, isn't getting any better.
A state committee has a report out this week finding 61 recommendations for changing our drinking culture, which they say is at the root of the problem. Naomi Coles is here to explain.
There's been a lot of research into how much more we're drinking during the pandemic. That contributed to a rise in deaths. But where we started from is Wisconsin was already serious. The latest national health rankings placed every county in Wisconsin as well above the national average in excessive drinking. These recommendations today, including raising the price of alcohol and limited liquor license increases, are trying to get to the root of the problem.
And early 21 numbers do not show the excessive alcohol use going down to pre-pandemic numbers. So we're hoping we're not stuck here, that we can, bring it down, but it will take action, on our several levels.
Excessive alcohol use isn't just binge drinking, which is 4 to 5 drinks in one occasion. It's also heavy drinking, which is 1 to 2 drinks every day, as well as underage and pregnant drinking. We're paying for this with our lives. Tonight at 6 o'clock, hear from a Rock County mother who helped put these recommendations together, and she paid the ultimate price when her daughter died from alcohol addiction.
We will see you at 6, Naomi. Thank you. A local milk brand is stepping up to help Wisconsin families in need. Kemp's is donating 325,000 shelf-stable Giving Cow milk cartons to Wisconsin food banks. The milk comes in 8-ounce cow-designed packaging and contains ultra-high temperature pasteurized milk with a shelf life of up to 12 months. Fresh milk typically only has a shelf life of 20 days, so it's a perfect solution for food pantries and kid backpack programs, which often lack cold storage.
Milk is not something that's usually donated to food pantries and then to the food banks themselves. So it's very important to have a product that lasts and is able to be shelf stable for 12 months.
More than 30,000 chocolate milk packs were delivered today alone in partnership with Roundy's to Second Harvest Food Bank of Southern Wisconsin.
Up next at 5, Will Smith's big moment at the Academy Awards wasn't his Oscar win.
Coming up, mixed reactions from Hollywood and a closer look at why some say it was a joke gone too far. And later, the world's largest music festival is back this summer. A closer look at Summerfest's top headliners. We'll have that for you coming up at 6.
Strong Tuesday numbers on Wall Street. The Dow at more than 338 points. The Nasdaq jumps 265. S&P adds 56. We'll be right back.
What does the Larson experience mean? It means when you entrust us with your gutter or roof project, we'll treat you like a member of our team from start to finish. Hi, Andrew Larson here, owner of Larson Home Services. It's always been important to me to provide service that can't be beat. Over the past 10 years, we've worked with thousands of families in the community, and we make sure they're always in the loop from the moment we start the project until well after the project is done. We want you to brag about us. It's our goal, the Larson experience. My team has discovered a new product we're really excited about, Gutter Shutter. It's the strongest and most effective gutter system on the market, guaranteed to never clog, sag, or pull away. With the largest downspouts, stronger aluminum, and it's made in the USA. We'll show you why Gutter Shutter means you can stay off your ladder forever. Right now, get 75% off installation labor, free financing for 24 months, and a $100 Visa gift card with your new gutter system. Call now to set up your free estimate.
Wow, this is where you work now?
Figured I deserved a more inspiring space. And with home values being up, I had a lot of equity. So I got a home equity line of credit from Summit, and voila, added a home office.
Took your business to the next level.
Hey, you two have been in your place for a couple years now. Any fun plans?
Well, we just finished a refi with Summit.
Really?
And the plan is to make a bunch of great memories.
We're gonna use the savings to get a camper.
Whatever your goals, Summit Credit Union can help you use your home's equity to go get them.
Brothers Maine has been family-owned since 1938. Some of us were born into this family, and others chose to join through the years. And we know you can't replace family, but you can replace appliances, and Brothers Maine is here for you when one breaks down. Our in-house team has delivered ranges to washers to refrigerators to hectic households in a pinch, oftentimes the next day. Just because an appliance breaks down doesn't mean you have to. We're not big box. We're Brothers Maine, and we want you to feel like family here.
Has the winter taken a toll on your roof? Call Feldco today and get free installation on your roofing project. Plus, no interest until 2023.
Ah, fresh coffee.
Hurry, free installation on roofing ends Thursday. Call now.
Call 866 for Feldco.
Finding solutions for Wisconsin's drinking problems. Tonight at 6, we'll outline a state committee's recommendations.
And we'll hear from an area woman whose tragic loss has fueled her activism against alcohol and substance abuse. Join us at 6.
when war breaks out.
I don't know what will happen.
Until a local couple takes action to help their Ukrainian friends.
We need to get her to the United States.
Susan Simon shares the powerful story of two families bonded by compassion. Thursday on News 3 Now at 10. You're watching News 3 Now at 5.
For the first time in U.S. history, lynching is now a federal hate crime. President Biden and Vice President Harris held an event at the White House in the Rose Garden today, highlighting the importance of the new law. Michael George reports.
With the stroke of a pen, President Biden signed into law a bill making lynching a federal hate crime.
The law is not just about the past. It's about the present and our future as well.
The legislation was named after 14-year-old Emmett Till, who was kidnapped, tortured, and killed in Mississippi in 1955 after being accused of whistling at a white woman. The case was a catalyst for the civil rights movement, but an all-white jury ultimately acquitted the two white men accused of Till's murder.
The victims of lynching and their families and all of our society deserve that we recognize the crimes and the injustice.
More than 200 similar bills to outlaw lynching have previously failed in Congress. Under the new act, those who carry out hate crimes could face up to 30 years in prison.
I am elated.
Democratic Congressman Bobby Rush of Illinois, who sponsored the Emmett Till anti-lynching bill, says it's needed now more than ever.
After 100 years, over 200 attempts, we're finally making lynching a criminal act.
Earlier this year, the three white men convicted of murdering Ahmaud Arbery were found guilty of federal hate crimes. They received life sentences at the state level for targeting the 25-year-old jogger. Michael George, CBS News, New York.
According to the FBI, the total number of hate crimes nationwide has increased every year but one since 2014.
Just hours ago, 90 members of the Wisconsin Air National Guard were sent off to their deployment in the Middle East. Governor Evers, Guard officials, family members attending that ceremony in Volk Field. The 128th Air Control Squadron heading to the Arabian Peninsula to perform surveillance, tracking, and other work in support of Operation Inherent Resolve. It's the 6th time the unit has been deployed to that region. A look now at your certified most accurate weather. Here's Gary with your forecast.
A lot of things going on with a storm system moving through the Midwest. Three things you need to know. We've got showers, perhaps even a few thunderstorms from tonight into tomorrow as temperatures warm up to around upper 50s, around 60 tomorrow afternoon. Then we turn colder tomorrow night. We'll see precipitation change to some snow. There could be some minor accumulations from Madison on toward the west and north. It'll be a quick hitting snow, and it may be a situation where it falls mainly on the grass and melts on the streets, depending on the road temperatures. But temperatures will stay chilly through the end of the week, below normal weather expected through Sunday. High-resolution Doppler radar, a couple of flurries and light rain showers over southeastern Wisconsin, but we're still waiting for the more widespread precipitation to start breaking out, and that'll happen over the next couple of hours. Already starting to see some showers just starting to develop south and west of Waterloo, Iowa, but there'll also be some thunderstorms that will develop pretty quickly. Fortunately for us, we're going to be on the in the middle part of the storm system. To the north, where it's colder, the rain will change to freezing rain over parts of northeastern Wisconsin, where winter weather advisories are in effect. Winter storm watches for parts of the UP of Michigan and parts of lower Michigan already under an ice storm warning. Meantime, to the south, there's even the threat for severe weather tonight across much of Iowa, with the possibility for mainly hail there, but some isolated tornadoes, a possibility as far south as northern Texas. And then tomorrow, that severe weather threat shifts to the east and intensifies. There could be a pretty widespread severe weather outbreak from Memphis down to the Gulf Coast tomorrow afternoon, with a moderate risk of severe thunderstorms. A widespread tornado outbreak, a possibility. The hatched area shows the potential for EF2 or stronger tornadoes, and about a 10 to 20% chance of tornadoes over the size of about a county through much of southern Mississippi. You can see the high wind potential, 45% or greater in that blue area, where the potential for widespread straight line winds of 75 miles per hour or greater, again in that hatched area, but even the possibility for an isolated strong to severe thunderstorm about as far north as central Illinois. Hail is probably the least of the threats there. Temperatures right now are in the 30s, but notice to the south, certainly warm warm enough for severe weather. Mid-60s as far north as Omaha, Nebraska. Dew point temperatures are starting to climb, so as that moisture works its way northward, there'll be the potential there for that severe weather to break out. The jet stream's starting to rev up, and notice the comma shape to the clouds. The storm really starting to come together just to the south and west, centered over Nebraska. It'll track, like I say, almost right over southern Wisconsin, putting us in the middle. Too far north to be in the severe weather, too far south to be in the icy, wintry precipitation. So again, that's probably a pretty good place to be. Look for showers, perhaps even a few thunderstorms developing overnight. Temperatures about where they are now, or even rising a couple of degrees toward morning. And tomorrow we'll climb to a high of 58 degrees with showers and perhaps a few thunderstorms. But then we'll turn colder tomorrow night. Notice the temperatures rising overnight with the showers and thunderstorms developing. Showers, a few thunderstorms during the day tomorrow with highs in the upper 50s. Then a cold front sweeps through. The rain changes to light snow by early on Thursday morning, and then just some snow showers or flurries during the day on Thursday. Snowfall amounts, 1 to maybe as much as 2 or 3 inches well north and west of Madison. South and east of Madison, probably little in the way of accumulation. 7 to 10 day forecast, chilly through the weekend. Some rain and snow chances Saturday. Then some shower chances as we head into next week. Temperatures lower 50s Tuesday and Wednesday, and then turning colder toward the end of next week. As we check out first warn traffic, right now things looking pretty good. There's a view of the Beltline at Stoughton Road from the DOT camera. Traffic looking pretty light. Not seeing any problems really on the Beltline. Just a minor slowdown around Monona Drive on the eastbound Beltline. Travel times about 15 to 16 minutes either direction on the Beltline between University Avenue and the interstate. Heading out of Madison, 25 minutes from the Beltline to Janesville on I-3990. 16 minutes from Middleton to Sauk City on US 12. Downtown to Sun Prairie, East Washington Avenue and US 151 will take you 17 minutes. That's your News 3 Now first warn traffic.
Thank you, Gary. Coming up, a belated apology from actor Will Smith after slapping comedian Chris Rock during the Oscars. Why some say Rock's joke went a bit too far and Smith's apology was a little too late. We'll have reaction next at 5.
News 3 Now First Warn Weather is brought to you by Lazy Boy Home Furnishings and Decor.
Discover a shopping and design experience as comfortable as the furniture. Lazy Boy Home Furnishings and Decor. Schedule your free design consultation today.
We're USA Insulation, and our premium injection foam turns your cold and drafty house into a warm and toasty home. Call now and save $500 on whole home insulation. USA Insulation.
Now is the time to turn your dream into a reality with design and buy projects at Menards. Breeze through your project planning with ease using interactive tools that factor in the details that matter and get 11% off everything. If you're dreaming of a kitchen with an island for entertaining, a deck to grill up the perfect hot dog, or a post-frame building large enough to protect your prized possessions, what are you waiting for? Get a free estimate with instant pricing and buy your project today with Design and Buy at Menards.
Save big money at Menards.
Before treating your chronic migraine, 15 or more headache days a month, each lasting 4 hours or more, you're not the only one with questions about Botox. Botox prevents headaches in adults with chronic migraine before they even start, with about 10 minutes of treatment once every 3 months. So ask your doctor if Botox is right for you, and if a sample is available.
Effects of Botox may spread hours to weeks after injection, causing serious symptoms. Alert your doctor right away, as difficulty swallowing, speaking, breathing, eye problems, or muscle weakness can be signs of a life-threatening condition. Side effects may include allergic reactions, neck and injection site pain, fatigue, and headache. Don't receive Botox if there's a skin infection. Tell your doctor your medical history, muscle or nerve conditions, and medications, including botulinum toxins, as these may increase the risk of serious side effects.
In a survey, 92% of current users said they wish they talked to their doctor and started Botox sooner. Plus, right now, you may pay $0 for Botox. Ask your doctor about Botox today.
With broken supply chains and lives disrupted, businesses like Amazon have invested to deliver on time for you and help hundreds of thousands of small businesses gain access to millions of online shoppers. But Washington politicians have a law that could break Prime's guaranteed 2-day free delivery and threaten our fragile economic recovery. Tell your senators, don't break our Prime. Oppose S 2992. Paid for by CCIA.
Introducing the City Guide
Guide 2022 from the award-winning Madison magazine. Whether you're a Madison local, new to town, or just here for the weekend, the City Guide is a must-have. With insider tips on where to eat, what to do, and places to see. 4 seasons of Madison must-dos. But hurry, the City Guide is only available for a limited time on area newsstands, or you can order a copy online at madisonmagazine.com. The City Guide 2022. Get yours today.
We're USA Insulation, and our premium injection foam turns your cold and drafty house into a warm and toasty home. Call now and save $500 on whole home insulation.
USA Insulation.
You're watching News 3 Now at 5.
A lot of people still talking about it. Actor Will Smith slapping Chris Rock live on stage during Sunday's Oscars.
It happened moments after the comedian made a joke about Smith's wife. Smith issued an apology to Chris Rock on social media late yesterday, saying jokes at my expense are part of the job, but a joke about Jada's medical condition was too much to bear. Smith later won the Oscar for Best Actor, getting a standing ovation less than an hour after the slap. The apology and actions had mixed reactions across Hollywood.
It's great that he apologized because a lot of people look up to him and they aspire to behave like he behaves.
I was sickened. I was sickened by the standing ovation. I felt like Hollywood is just spineless, en masse. You do not have the right to walk up on stage and smack somebody in the face because they said words.
The Academy, which did not take action Sunday night, has launched a formal review of what happened. And since then, Jada Pinkett Smith posted a message on her Instagram account saying, quote, "This is a season for healing, and I'm here for it."
Now, after the incident, Chris Rock's comedy tour saw a huge boost in ticket sales. Ticket reseller TickPick says it sold more tickets to see Chris Rock overnight than it did in the past month combined. Prices have been skyrocketing, going from $46 a ticket to a minimum of $341. Controversy bringing attention to a condition which hundreds of thousands of Americans struggle with.
It's called alopecia. Mandy Gaither tells us what's known about the disease and what isn't.
Jada, I love you. G.I. Jane 2, can't wait to see it.
A joke, a slap, and an unexpected spotlight now shining on a common autoimmune disease.
Now, y'all know I've been struggling with alopecia.
Actress Jada Pinkett Smith revealed her diagnosis in 2018. The condition results in the loss of hair.
It's estimated that about 200,000 Americans are affected by alopecia areata every year.
Dr. Alok Vij, a dermatologist with Cleveland Clinic, says alopecia typically starts before the age of 30, but can also begin later and starts with a small patch or clump of hair falling out.
There are very few cases where your hair can actually turn white as a sign that there's inflammation going on before you actually lose hair. But more commonly, you just notice that your hair just falls out in a small area.
If you lose a clump of hair, go see your doctor. It could be alopecia or maybe a sign of another illness.
Autoimmune problems run together commonly. So we often will test for vitamin D deficiency or thyroid levels to make sure that we're not missing something else.
There's no cure, and treatments vary based on the severity of the condition. For mild alopecia, topical steroids or medications may be used. For more severe cases,
there are a number of other treatments that we have available, all designed to tease the immune system to work a little bit differently and stop attacking the hair follicle.
For Health Minute, I'm Mandy Gaither.
Doctors say when it comes to alopecia, it's also important to address the emotional toll the condition can take on patients who suffer from it. Sometimes talking about the condition with family, friends, or even a professional can help boost a patient's self-image. We'll get a final check of your First Warn forecast when we come back.
You're watching Madison's fastest growing newscast, News 3 Now at 5.
At Star N Bank, we think having choices is important, so you can choose the products that are right for your life. What are you waiting for? Explore the possibilities today at starnbank.com.
Andrew Larson here, owner of Larson Home Services. My team is fired up. We've discovered a new replacement gutter system that sets the standard for performance, durability, and beauty. It's called Gutter Shutter, and it's guaranteed to never clog, sag, or pull away. It's 100% made in the USA. We'll show you why Gutter Shutter means you can stay off the ladder forever. Right now, get 75% off installation labor, free financing for 24 months, and a $100 Visa gift card with your new Gutter Shutter system. Call now to set up your free estimate.
It's Chevy Truck Month, and it's time to add the perfect accessories to your new Chevy. Make it bolder. Make it work harder. Make it your own. Find new possibilities. Find new roads. Very well qualified buyers can get 0% financing on most Chevy pickup trucks. Plus, now during Truck Month, get a $1,000 accessory allowance toward the eligible purchase of a new Chevy truck with accessories. Chevrolet, the #1 selling brand in Wisconsin.
Like an eagle protects its head.
We all need a rock we can rely on. To be strong. To overcome anything. To be unstoppable. That's why millions rely on the strength and financial guidance of Prudential to achieve their dreams. Who's your rock?
There are so many things we take for granted, and along with them, sometimes we take the people who depend on them for granted too. How can they survive with record increases in their basic cost of living? And through no fault of their own, they're being left behind. If you or someone you know needs a hand up, our energy, water, and emergency rental assistance providers are working together to keep you safely in your home. You may not ask for it, but we're here to help.
People said we couldn't run a successful business using progressive values, but that's exactly what we did. That's how we built the Bucks Arena. We made sure our minority and women-owned businesses were able to grow with it, paying good wages, using materials made in Wisconsin, all done in an environmentally sustainable way. That's the type of thinking we need in the U.S. Senate. We're not going to just talk about issues. I'm going to go to Washington and deliver. I'm Alex Lasry, and I approve this message.
Today's the day to go farther with a partner that provides you innovative solutions for your own personal financial future. Explore the possibilities today at starinbank.com.
Gary's back. Another check of the forecast.
We're waiting for the rain to break out. Right now, not much going on across southern Wisconsin. That'll change over the next few hours. Temperatures right now, warm enough for rain. Still mid to upper 30s to our north and east, and lower 40s already over southwestern Wisconsin. Seeing some gusty winds, about 25 to 30 miles per hour. Could be some snow late tomorrow night into early Thursday morning. Maybe 1 to 3 inches north and west of Madison. We'll have to see if that actually happens.
And we'll be back in 30 minutes for News 3 Now at 6. CBS Evening News is next.